The issue, as I said a moment ago, is not dead. It's only sleeping. But I'm going to ask you the same question that I just posed. According to all three, Martin Looney, Matt Ritter, and Governor Ned Lamont, for three very different reasons, but the conclusion was the same, it's only going to be tabled for about 90 days. What have you heard from United Illuminating and Eversource that said, well, we can't handle the power grid, can't handle it right now on November 28th, but in February, only 3 months from now, we'll be able to handle it all then. Wow, that's a miracle. I heard about the miracle on 34th Street. I haven't heard about the miracle in 90 days. This is all baffling to me. What do you know, Vin, as House Republican leader, that can shed some light on this, that's going to allow this miracle to happen in 90 days?
Yeah, I mean, this has nothing to do with the ability of our electric grid to handle electric vehicles.
But it can't.
The difference between what's going to happen in February versus what's happening this week is that this week the regulations were before our regulation review committee, which is made up of 7 Democrats and 7 Republicans. And they couldn't get the votes to pass their proposal. So now what the governor is going to try to do is bring this over to the legislature, where obviously the numbers are not equal. We have an overwhelming amount of Democrats who are crazy enough to vote for this proposal without a plan in place. I mean, the one thing at their press conference that we heard from Eversource is that not only do we not have the grid capacity yet, but we have a state that is probably the most hostile to our energy companies than any state in the union. So to suggest now, unlike Massachusetts that's investing billions of dollars in their electric grid, Connecticut isn't investing anything and actually denied the ability for United Illuminating to build charging stations. But nobody is having that conversation about the ability to generate electricity. You could put all the charging stations up in the world, which is what the federal grant money is going to do, and that's what the governor and Senator Cohen and the Commissioner Dykes all referred to, all this federal money. None of that federal money is going toward generation. Everybody's ignoring the elephant in the room. So my hope is that over the next 2 months, now that I think the state of Connecticut has woken up to this preposterous proposal, that we will continue to see pushback from the public to bring sanity to the legislature. Because it's not in these chambers. And the Democrats are off kilter to think that this proposal is workable, not just for residents, but our entire industry. And it just shows you how extreme they are and how willing they are to pass a proposal that potentially could cripple our manufacturing industry, our trucking industry, increase grocery prices, and cost every household thousands of dollars you need to trade in your vehicles and switch over to an electric grid. That's where we are right now. And we want a plan in place. We don't want mandates. We want to allow for choice. We want to allow for some gradual transition. If technology brings us to an electric grid 50 years from now, which I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, fine, let's transition. But let's not put this ridiculous mandate in place where the technology is not even there. They claim that hybrid vehicles are going to be allowed under this proposal. Yeah, that's true, but the current hybrids as constructed are all banned because they don't comply with the hybrid requirements that are in the regulations. And those are the little details that they don't talk about. And they think the free market is going to figure this out. But if you don't have electricity capacity, how is the free market going to build out these vehicles and charging stations when the electricity can't be supplied?
Yeah, you're right.